Hey coach, I'm eating all the right foods and killing myself in the gym, and yet I don't seem to be losing weight. This is more common than you think. Most people don't fail because they're lazy or aren't putting in the work, but they fail because no one showed them the easy, simple daily routine that can make fat loss automatic. Hi, my name is Charan Panjwani, and I am a self proclaimed fat loss expert. After having lost 40 kgs myself and kept it off for over 8-10 years, and having worked with more than 4,000 people globally, I can say this with certainty that the best way to lose fat is to uncomplicate it. So, without further delay, let's get into it. How often have you been given a meal plan by a nutritionist that looks like a chart that has to be followed to the T? Well, nothing wrong with that. It's just that it doesn't have much of a chance at becoming a lifestyle. You can't live off a chart. You can follow it, yes, depending on the need or the goal, but you can't make that a permanent situation. So, the difference between a nutritionist and a nutrition coach is that a nutritionist might give you foods that will help you achieve the baseline nutrition or optimal nutrition levels and also help you with your goals, whether it is fat loss or whether it is any kind of health issues. But a nutrition coach does all of that and also teaches you how to eat. Once you know how to eat, then you're pretty much independent and you can make certain decisions real time, which does not have to be as per a meal plan. You can make your own meal plan on a daily basis. So, here's my step by step guide as to how to make fat loss automatic. So, on waking, first up, hydration. Drink at least a glass or two of water, if possible, with a pinch of salt. This will take care of your hydration after a long night of sleep. When you wake up, your cortisol levels are already elevated. So, it is recommended to push your morning coffee to 60 to 90 minutes post your first meal. This will help maintain stable blood sugar levels and also you will feel fewer energy crashes through the day. Now, regarding your food, generally we can look at having 3 meals a day, and any good fat loss meal is based on three main pillars: protein, fiber, and fats. Now, I'm going to give you some suggestions as to what these meals could look like. Now, remember, this is a general video made with a very general outlook. If you have any specific health conditions or intolerances, then you may feel free to modify or check with your doctor or healthcare professional. So, technically, your first meal should be built around your exercise routine. So, if you're on the go, 1 scoop of protein powder with a fruit and maybe some fish oil capsules or one omega 3 supplement is good to get you started and get a good workout in. Now, if you have a little bit more time on your hand and you would like to do a quick bowl, 200 grams of Greek yogurt with 1 scoop of whey protein with about 100 grams of blueberries and maybe a teaspoon of chia seeds. That would be a power packed meal to get your day started and give yourself the kind of nutrition that your body really needs. Now, giving you a third option in case you want to eat something hot. You could always do eggs. Typically, 1 whole and 2 egg whites is a good enough serving with a slice of sourdough bread because it's got more fiber, a little bit of avocado or cheese based on your calorie allowance, and a fruit. That could also help you get started with a similar nutrition. For vegetarians, you all can always swap the egg whites for maybe some tofu or paneer. Now, these meals are typically 300 to 400 calories, giving about 20 to 30 grams of protein. It is satisfying and is great for appetite control. Now, for your second meal, we are going to think about it protein first and carbs on purpose. This means that you build your meal on protein. You choose the protein of choice. For vegetarians, there is paneer, there is tofu, there is soya, then there are beans, there is Greek yogurt. All of these are great sources. For non-vegetarians, of course, there is chicken breast, there are eggs, there is seafood that's like fish, that's salmon. You could do any of these or maybe tuna. So take about 100 grams of your protein of choice, grill it, steam it, bake it, or cook it in a light gravy. and you can have this with some mixed vegetables or a sabzi based on the cuisine that you're going for. And for fats, depending again on the cuisine, you could use either yogurt, you could use olive oil, you could use nuts, you could use some cheese or avocado based on whatever you're making. But keep it simple. Carbs are strictly optional depending on your day. If you're out and about and you need the energy, a slice of bread, one chapati, 2 or 3 tablespoons of rice is sufficient. You don't really need to overdo the carbs. But if you start building your meal on carbs, you're most definitely going to go wrong. Now, coming to meal 3, this is going to be your dinner. But in between, there is that window, which is the devil's hour, where you feel super hungry between the hours of 4 and 6, when you could literally eat anything. That's your true test. Because if you can successfully manage to feed yourself nothing but fiber or protein at that time, then you will make it to the other end. If you cave in for having some chaat or something like a sandwich or something of that sort, then your dinner will become a bit of a challenge. I'd much rather you eat your carbs at night, and that way you will get better quality sleep. In the evening, you can do a snack test. What's a snack test? The snack test is, ask yourself, are you hungry enough to eat a carrot or an apple or some veggie sticks? If the answer is yes, that's your snack. If the answer is no, then it's most probably not just hunger, but it's more emotional hunger. In which case, you're better off just getting out of the house, getting some fresh air, going for a short walk or a run, and then coming back just in time for dinner. This is the window that you need to be most vigilant about. Now, when it comes to dinner, this is where most progress dies, because you tend to overeat because you've been hungry in the evening. So make sure that your meals are calculated and counted. You can add again a protein of your choice, add some veggies. In this meal, introduce a small quantity of controlled carbs, which can be high fiber, which is always better. So sweet potato, brown rice, millets, you could use quinoa, you could use any of these grains or whole wheat pasta, whatever you choose, but take a single serving. And this should be had at least 3 to 5 hours before bedtime. If 5 hours seems too much and you might tend to snack later, then keep it to 3 hours. And no, carbs at night are not going to make you fat or gain weight. It's the overall daily intake that will decide whether you gain or lose fat. But what having carbs at night will do is it'll get you better sleep. It will promote serotonin and melatonin production in your body, and you will get a more restful sleep at night, and you will have fewer wake-ups. Hence, you will be more rested and recovered, and your metabolic furnace will burn brighter. Now this right here, what I described, was anywhere between 1600 to 1800 calories per day, and the amount of protein that you would get would be dependent on your protein sources, but this would roughly come to about 80 grams. You would have to adjust these numbers based on your macro targets. Now coming to your metabolic furnace, a healthy metabolism relies on both muscle and movement, and a mix of both will help you lose the fat and keep it off. Now for muscle, it's important that you lift weights 2 to 3 times a week. Don't complicate your routines, just keep it a full body workout. Make it a mix of hinging, pressing, pulling, and also some core work. While lifting weights, focus on your technique and gradually keep increasing the capacity of the weight lifted, the number of sets done, the volume. Progressive overload is key to building muscle. I often get asked what is the best time to work out, and that's a great question. For me, there is no best time, but for a person who has a tendency to miss their workouts or not go, then I would say mornings are the best, because you need to get your ass to the gym before your brain has registered what you're doing. Once you're there, no matter how bad your session is, you're never going to be regretting it. You're going to always be happy that you went. So go in the morning before your brain has a chance to register what you're doing. And also for busy people, mornings work best. In terms of performance, actually afternoons are known to give the the best performance in terms of exercise, but that's not really practical for many people. Evenings are my least favorite because you don't want to be exercising right before bed. But there is no good or bad time, there is no good or bad exercise. Just go there and get shit done. Go lift and lift as heavy as you can without injuring yourself. And always remember, your mind craves excitement, but your body just loves boring consistency. So keep it boring. The magic lies in the monotony of things. And for movement, I say this to everyone. You don't need to be wearing sneakers and being running and sweating. You can just walk around in your home, anywhere you are. Best thing to do is walk 15 minutes after each meal so that you at least get 45 minutes of a walk done in a day. In addition to whatever else you can manage, a good healthy target is 7,000 to 12,000 steps a day, and that would move you from a sedentary bracket to a lightly active bracket. And that will burn almost 15% of your daily calories. That is a great hidden tool for weight loss. So not all exercise has to look badass and intense. Sometimes just strolling around in the house can also help you lose fat. Now the final takeaway. Remember one thing, your body loves rhythm. It basically responds to signals. Every action, every behavior is a signal for your body. And if done repeatedly over a period of time, it becomes its natural rhythm. And that's how fat loss becomes automatic for you. So when you move, when you eat, when you shut your screens, when you go to bed, when you don't snack, when you lift weights, these are all signals for your body. And when your body is getting the signals for a period of 90 days and above, then fat loss will not be an effort for you. This will most likely get 80% of the viewers to lose some amount of fat. And obviously there's going to be some amount of recalibration required every now and then because the body also adapts. But this is a great starting point. Do share this video with someone who could benefit from this information. And don't forget, I have to ask you to please subscribe to my channel, like these posts so that I will spend more time making these videos for you. And the intention is to help everyone get to become their best versions, their fittest versions, their most high performing versions. Cheers.